Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm already joking. Y'all already know that's not my real voice. So hello, welcome to my channel. Down and Dirty with your girl, Dee Dee. Hey, how are we doing today? Good. Okay. And if we're not doing good, remember what I say? It's gonna get better. Okay. Just give it a few days. Even a few days might be 600 days. But it was a few. Give it some time, y'all. Everything gets better. Okay. So let me first apologize about this week because I didn't tell y'all nothing. So I'm currently in the process of trying to change the content a little bit. Okay. Still going to be cooking, still going to be WWE, but I'm looking at combining the two. So y'all can cook with me while we recap WWE. Okay. I've just been brainstorming, and in the process of brainstorming and trying to figure stuff out and being slightly lazy, I didn't record this week. So I'm actually recording this. I didn't even watch Raw this week. I haven't watched SmackDown yet. Well, granted, it wouldn't be up for me to watch yet, but I am going to watch them. I'm going to watch those. I'm definitely not going to be doing a prediction card for this Saturday night main event just because it's Evolution Weekend. Okay, it's Evolution Weekend and Saturday night main event. There's going to be 1,000 more of those. We don't know when we're going to get another Evolution. Okay, we waited years already, so that's what I'm going to be doing this time. I'm going to be predicting, and by the time I post this, it'll be Saturday. But I personally, I wish it was a little bit pushed back because we're just now starting to get some backstory for some of this stuff for Evolution. I just wish there was a little bit more building to Evolution and not just kind of like most of these matches were made within the last week and a half to 2 weeks. You know, I feel like we deserve better. And women's wrestling deserves better because the girls be doing their thing. Okay. They've been having some of the best matches, periods, between the men and the women. They've been bringing it. So I'm sad that they didn't get the big hype and the big pushes and the big core. Like it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give fully. Okay. I think it's still going to be a good pay-per-view, but I also don't think that they should have did it on the same weekend where you having, I believe there's an NXT pay-per-view and then there's Saturday night main event. And on top of that, there's also going to be Evolution this weekend. So I wish they would have but then, yeah, we could have maneuvered this differently. I think that's really where my disconnect came from. And the fact that I've been really burnt out the last few weeks and really tired and low-key busy. Because there was Pride last weekend. So she's been doing a lot of things, trying to get it together. Okay. So look out for that future content. The podcast, I am brainstorming some guests and some things. So we're going to look out for that in August. It's not happening in July. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. And even the different kind of content with WWE, that's probably going to be August as well. So August, we're going to see a little bit of a revamp, a little bit of new stuff, and we're going to be excited. Okay. So anyways, we're going to get into it. We're just going to be my predictions for Evolution on Sunday. Okay. So the first match we're going to talk about is the JC Jane versus Jordynne Grace. Now, I've only seen Jordynne Grace wrestle. I haven't seen JC Jane. I think we've talked about this. I don't really watch NXT, but I do hear a lot about the NXT girlies, and I think they've been doing their big ones. So I do think, though, Jordan is going to win, just from what I can gather. So don't quote me on that one. That one's a very shaky guess because, again, I don't watch NXT, so I don't really know their storyline or their leading up to this point. Which with the new content, I will start watching it, or like to an extent. So, because we're gonna have like more WWE content throughout the week. So basically, we'll have it after NXT, after Raw, after SmackDown, or a pay-per-view. So if there's a pay-per-view, I probably wouldn't cover NXT. But if there's no pay-per-view, I'll probably cover NXT. So just some new things to keep your eyes out for, okay? But as of now, I don't watch it. So I'm going to go with Jordan Grace just because I know that she hasn't really like won any big things, I feel. And I feel like it's probably her time. I don't see her being NXT like this time next year. I see her coming to main roster, soon enough until she gets her like fan base kind of built, kind of like a Stephanie Vicaire. I think that's what's really going to happen. She's not going to spend too much time in NXT, but I think she'll be down there for just a little bit, just to get her fan base a little up in the WWE universe, like fully behind her, and then they'll send her up. I think that's just where that is, because Jordan Grace was really great. Anytime I saw her in the Royal Rumbles, and then I think I've seen her wrestle separately, but I forgot what kind of match that was. So that is my prediction for their fight. And so now we're going to talk about the next match, which will be, honestly, we're gonna skip out of order for a little bit for my notes. I'm gonna go down to the battle royale. Ha ha ha! I feel very hoity-toity. Battle royale, okay? Battle royale. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. Okay, I'm dumb. Anyways. The battle royale. So we don't have everybody that's going to be in there. We don't know. There's obviously going to be some like day of surprises, which I'm sure we're going to see some like older heads. By older heads, I was like, maybe Molly, Mighty Molly will come through. I love seeing her wrestle. She's so great. I love her. Maybe we get like a Melina or somebody. Maybe a Kelly. Maybe. I'm hoping that we get some like throwback women, because we really only have Trish, and then you have Nikki Bella. Like, yeah, I would just like to see some of those kind of people coming in the mix. So for the battle royale, I think winner wise, I'm not sure, because this can kind of go in a manner of different ways. I do think we'll get to the winner in a second. So for me, I think that Stephanie Vicaire, she's in there. Nikki Bella, Nia Jax, Ivy Nile, and Natty, and maybe even Maxine. I think that those like 6 names, and Jada Parker. I did see Lash Legend in there, so I also think that she's going to do great, but I think those will be our like standouts of the group that are actually like in ring fighting, and especially with this being Nikki Bella's return to the ring since she's been back, since her story got scrapped with Liv. Which I don't know if it got scrapped forever, if it's just scrapped for now because Liv's out for months and she had to get surgery. So I think those names will be our like biggest standouts. Winning wise, I think it's going to be either Stephanie Vicaire. I could even see them letting Nikki Bella win it, and then whoever, and seeing her like kind of do, because she's on Raw, so kind of letting her maybe go after the IC title in a while or something of that sort, and figure out if they're going to bring Brie back and if it's going to be like a tag team with them. I'm not entirely sure where they're going to be with that, but I could see it's either Stephanie Vicaire, Nikki Bella, Nia Jax. I still don't think they're going to let Ivy win, because Ivy's not really over with the people. Like, they don't like her. And it's not because she's a heel. they just genuinely don't like her. There's not a crowd that I've like been around in that Ivy's been in where she was actually like seemed liked. It's just not, it hasn't been a thing. So I don't think the crowd likes her. So she would either have to go real heel, like Nia Jax, Gunther kind of heel, or they're just gonna like let her die off and be a manager, basically what she's doing now. Because yeah, she's good at wrestling, but I haven't seen her cut a really good promo. I haven't even seen her be anything but muscle and just, I don't know. I think she doesn't have any aura. That's what it is. It's missing the aura. Because I think she has, even though she looks like, I don't think she's cute. I'm sorry. And she kind of like freaks me out. Like not in a, like just like a like a get back kind of freak out. Like you look weird to me, bro. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I digress. I don't see them letting her win. Yeah, I don't see them letting her win. But I do see them letting her like have some dominance, have some really good moments, having some standout stuff to try to get the crowd on her side. I think that's what they've been trying to do, is trying to get the crowd on her side because they like her wrestling style and maybe she can cut a promo. I haven't seen that, but that's not to say that she hasn't been able to or she can't. It's just that I haven't seen it and I don't want to. Her and Raquel and Candice LeRae, y'all can go. I think Candice LeRae is in the Battle Royale too. Y'all can go. Bruises. Anyways, so winners wise, I'm not entirely sure how they're going to be, but I could see a Stephanie Vaquera, I could see a Nikki Bella, I can see a Nia Jax. The only thing with Nia Jax is I don't see that as much, only because of the next one we're going to talk about, which is going to be Jade versus Naomi. I think that, spoiler alert, I think that Jade's going to win. Even though Naomi has the briefcase, I think the whole point is for Jade to look super strong, go to SummerSlam, or no, it's not SummerSlam. Where are they going to fight? Oh yeah, they're going to go to SummerSlam. Sorry. I'm thinking about the Battle Royale. They're going to clash at Paris. But I think Jade will win versus Naomi. I still think Naomi's going to look good, and this doesn't diminish Naomi at all to lose. I think it'll be great for her to lose because then we know the path they're going on, and then we'll finally get the end of this story, and we'll get, Naomi versus Jade and a title, and Naomi taking the title from Jade, which is what I think is going to happen at SummerSlam. Is Jade will win against Tiffy, and then that's how that happens. So I just don't think that Nia is going to win. Well, she may, because Clash of Paris is going to be after SummerSlam. So if she does win, I can see that too, because they've kind of had a little bit the dissension between Naomi and Nia. So because of, Nia trying to get the title back from Tiffy, and so that whole shebang. So I can also see that happening. I don't know. I don't know exactly where they're going to go with Nia from here. So she is on the potential winners list for sure in that top 5. I just don't know if it's going to be her. But I can see Nikki Bella. Okay, I can see it. And I can totally see, even though she just came back, I think that's why I can see that. But Stephanie Vaquera, they gave Julia that title. I can see them doing a similar thing with Stephanie and going ahead and giving her that big win. So we'll see on that. Hopefully we get a dark horse and Natty wins. Okay, because I just want to see Natty win. I think the whole WWE universe wants to see Natty win. We want to see her cut one hell of a promo, and we want to see her turn heel. You want to talk about mic drops on a heel turn? That would be one. Okay, and honestly, I think Natty could do it. I think she could do it. But even if she stayed babyface, I would love that just the same. I just really want her to win. So, which we kind of already touched on the next one, which is Jade versus Naomi. It's a no holds barred match. Okay. So I do think this one's going to be a decent time. But again, I do think Jade's going to come out on top. I don't think Naomi's going to look bad. Will there be a little Bianca interference or something? I don't know. It's a little weird with the way they did that and the way they've been doing it. Because Bianca doesn't really have anything much like going on right now. So like maybe they'll let her enter that, or maybe she'll actually be in the Battle Royale. So we'll see. We'll see. But I do think Jade's going to take that if they're going on the trajectory that as it seems like they're going now. Like, because a lot of times you can see most of these storylines, how they're going to like end up. But and this is like one of them. So I hope they don't put a spinner in the works with that one. Because we've already had a spinner when Jade got injured in the first place, which allowed for this to Naomi heel turn, which she's honestly out of all of the heel turns, she's had the best one. Like not, ever, but just I would say in the last like this year, 2025, I think she's had the best heel turn. Period. So we're going to move on to the next match we're going to talk about, which is going to be the Fatal 4-Way for the tag team titles. And that's going to be Roxanne and Raquel, one team. Then you're going to have Charlotte and Alexa Bliss for another team. And then you're going to have Sol Ruca. Yeah, Sol Ruca and Zarya. I hope I'm saying their names right. I'm not sure. It is the NXT team, so like I don't know anything about them. And I have heard of Sol Ruca, and maybe I've heard of Zarya, but maybe I've heard the names before prior to this. But I did hear like Sol is pretty good, so I think that was a good team to add. And then Kabuki Walker, not the Kabuki Worker, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. I hope that nobody get injured in this match because Kairi knocking them out. I still forgot to figure out if Zoe Stark actually had to retire because baby girl ain't been back. We ain't even heard nothing about her. And then lives out for months. Got to get surgery. So I hope nobody get injured in this match because that would really be bad luck for her. And I really feel like maybe like the locker room would not be okay with that because they've had people where they were like dangerous workers and you don't want to ever be that because then nobody wants to work with you. And then, so, I digress. And yes, I'm wearing Thanksgiving Halloween fall sweater today, but it kind of went with the makeup vibe. So we're blending, but you can't even really tell yet. Ooh, shimmer, bitch. Shimmer. Okay. Anyways, I think on this one, I think Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are going to take it. I think they're going to win. If they don't win, Raquel and Roxanne will retain. I just don't see them doing that. Usually in a Fatal 4-Way, that's the easiest way for somebody to lose the titles without getting pinned. Dark Horse winner, probably Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. But I genuinely think that Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are going to take this because I know I've touched on it like weeks ago, but I think the women's tag team division needs their big push because they kind of fell off whenever the other two titles got their entrance in, and then months later they got their push. So I think they're trying to just revitalize, especially because there was almost no tag team for the women's on Raw, period. You had, Raquel and Liv, which is now Raquel and Roxanne, but Asuka has been injured. She just came back, and so is Kairi Sane. And then like Io probably would have been in there with Damage Control, but the Damage Control literally Io was the last one standing. She was the only one not injured, and then they let Dakota Kai go. So then it just kind of quietly disbanded. So I think this is the revitalization of it, and I think they do need a Charlotte and a Alexa to kind of help, especially because Liv's not there. Raquel's not good enough on her own. I really hate to think this is not an I hate Raquel bashing channel, I promise, but it's just Roxanne is outshining her, and she's fresh out of NXT. Stephanie's outshining her. Julia outshines her. All of these girls. It's a lot of people. Ivy Nile outshines her, and they hate both of them equally. So it's yeah. I just think that this needs a really big push. I think it needs some big names. I think it needs some veterans, and I think that if people are tired of seeing Charlotte lose, and also seeing Alexa Bliss lose. So I think it was like the perfect thing. I actually like their combination because it's like big sis, little sis. Like, I don't really like you, but I love you kind of moment. It's giving that. And it's giving this is going to be a good team up. We're going to get a lot of good matches and good moments out of them. So I think that they're going to take this. So my prediction. All right. So the next one we're going to talk about is the triple threat I told y'all we were going to get. Didn't I tell y'all? Because I know I did. Okay. Triple threat for the IC title. Becky Lynch, Bayley. I was going to say BBO Bayley. Sorry. And then Lyra Valkyria. Okay. I don't know. I don't think it's quite over yet. So I do think, because Bayley hasn't won this title, and I know that Bayley's literally won everything, but she hasn't won this title. She hasn't won the Women's United States yet either. So I think that over her next little bit of time in the next few years, she'll get both at least, because then she'll have won everything and she'll literally be GOAT status with that. Well, she's already a GOAT status, but like ultimate GOAT if she's able to win every single thing. And I swear for God, if they don't give Sheamus his IC title win before that man retires, I'm suing. Okay, but back to the women. So I think that match is going to be really freaking good. Really good. I think there's going to be a lot of near falls. I think Becky Lynch is going to be doing some underhanded tactics. I see it being Becky or I maybe feel like it's going to be Becky or Lyra, and then Bayley's going to fight whoever at SummerSlam. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know. With the Fatal 3, like the triple threats and the Fatal 4-ways, it's usually the best way for the actual person to lose the title without getting pinned. So, historically speaking, Becky should lose, but I don't know. I see them dragging this out a little bit longer. I think it could go longer if we're being honest. And having all three of them in there, there's pretty good names. It's helping Lyra. It's helping Bayley as well, because I feel like Bayley, after Damage Control, kind of like went a little bit unnoticed. Not completely, because then it was like, her and Nia over there on SmackDown. But then like with the WrestleMania and like her being gone for so long, which they did say she was injured. So, in part, I think that it had to be done, but I see them dragging this out a little bit longer. I don't see this tying up at Evolution. I don't think that this is where this is going to end. I think we're going to get some more at SummerSlam. Yes. So if not Becky, I say Lyra. That's my predictions for that. Don't ask me to narrow it down. This one is a weird one, but just because I can see them, I just don't see that ending so quickly. And then I think they're going to have to start building up some stuff for War Games, Survivor Series. So, and then Clash at Paris. There's some things cooking, and I don't think that's one of them is done cooking. I think we're still stewing. So, yes, that's my prediction for that. So, next match we're going to talk about is going to be Tiffany Stratton, Tiffany time, versus Trish Stratus. Jesus. It's the TS and the TS and the and I'm like, okay, that's where I am. So, Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. Okay, Tiffany's gonna win. I still think it's gonna be a really good match. Because it's Trish and she's great and she just be serving. I can't wait to see her gear because she be trying to hide her little dump truck back there, baby girl. We see that thing. Okay. We see it. So I think it's gonna be a good match, but no, I don't think Trish is gonna win. I don't. That would be silly. That would be really silly. I just think it's like a good little interim match because Jade is going to be fighting whoever at SummerSlam. So I think it would have been Jade versus Tiffy at Evolution had it not been supposed to be going on at SummerSlam. So I do think that Tiffany is going to retain that. I do think it'll be a good match. I don't think it's going to be as long as probably the next one we're going to talk about and the last one, but or the next / last one that we're going to talk about, or even as long as like the Jade and Naomi's. But I do think it'll be a significant one. I think it'll be a good match, and I'm excited to see it. And I'm excited to see the gear. Okay, I'm excited to see the gear for all the girlies, because I think most of those girls are always serving looks, but Rhea's always serving, always. She eats the house down. So does Tiffany. So does Bianca, Naomi. Honestly, Nia Jax, her gear be fire too. Jade's. I could keep going. So excited to see the gear. But on to the next match. That's the last one we're going to talk about, which is Rhea Bloody Ripley, mommy, okay, versus Io Sky, the genius of the sky, okay, queens. I do think, I know I predicted this in the past, but I think, do I think? I think. Do you think? Because I think we all think. Okay, I'm joking. Anyways, I do think that maybe y'all should take a shot every time I just said think. But I do think that I do think that we're going in the favor of Rhea. Because she's lost a few times to Io now, and I don't think that it'll look good on her if she loses again. I don't think it's going to take anything away from Io or anything of that sort, but I do think that Rhea's going to take it, and then we might get eventually somehow, eventually, I think we're gonna get a Bianca versus Rhea on maybe a main event on a WrestleMania. I do see that happening. But if that's not the route they're gonna go on, I see Rhea versus probably Stephanie Vaquer or Nia Jax. I think that it would be nice to see that level of power on a stage between them. And I don't think we really had that, powerhouse versus powerhouse, just them when it comes to the women lately, since the women have been doing like really, really fantastic in the ring. Obviously they've been doing their greatness over like the times between, like the revolution and the evolution the first time. But I think that the girls in the rings these days, wow, it's pretty awesome and it's pretty amazing. So it's why I'm kind of sad they didn't do all of the big storylines and pushes and stuff for evolution. But yeah, that's where I'm at. But I do think that Rhea's going to see her going against the winner of the Battle Royale at Clash of Paris. So that's where I see that going. She hasn't had gold in a minute. And, which, I mean, she's had gold this year and she doesn't really need the gold, but it's like weird seeing her without it. And I think she holds it so well. And then she's always able to elevate whoever she's with. Because there was a time where Liv was big, but she wasn't like Liv Morgan crazy pop to the where she is now. And I think that has a lot to do with her feud with Rhea. So, yeah, I can see somebody getting their big push to go against Rhea. Yeah. I really do. And she's really grown on me so much more now than, beforehand, just because like I'm able to see her like wrestle and just be her. And it's great. And seeing her wrestling style and like see how good she is and see how she's able to stand on her own. But I want the champion to be able to cut a promo like out the booty cheeks, okay? I'm talking about in between, close to the tank. I'm trying to see. I need that. I need that. We need that. Line it up, okay? I need it. Because it's not enough to just be good in the ring. It's not. You need to be good on the mic. And so it's just a language barrier. I'm not sure if she would be really great on the mic regardless, or if it's just the language barrier. Well, she does speak some English, but not completely. And then it's also like people go crazy for it too, because then she'll just break out and then you're like, I don't know what she said, but yeah. I'm like, no. It's wholesome. It's so precious. It's so cute. But I really do want my champions to be a little bit more active too, like in the everyday mix. I miss when they let the champions fight all the time. Like, let them at it. Jey Uso was the most fighting champion that I've seen in a minute. The last people I've seen do that much fighting for championships was probably the dang War Raiders when they was fighting everybody. And I don't know. I just like, we've had a lot of the champions. I get it. They don't want to get them to be like hurt and whatnot, but they're a little less meaningful. I feel the championships themselves when you don't have like, you're not seeing them all the time. When you're not seeing them wrestle. I think that was also like, you can do that with the Roman Reigns. I don't care if that man wrestles 4 times a year. Okay, I do care because I want to see him. Where is he? Anyways, but yeah. So I want them to be a little bit more active, and Rhea's always been a pretty active champion. So yes, I want to see a Rhea, but I could also see like a Rhea eventually versus Bayley. I don't know if we've gotten that, but I feel like that would be really good. I don't want to see a Rhea versus Becky, but I would love to see Rhea versus Charlotte again. There's a lot of things I want to see. So I do think that Rhea is going to take this one just because, one, she's lost quite a bit. I feel she's always lost to EO. She's never beaten EO. So I think it's time. On Evolution, I think it's time. And I think it'll be good for her. But yeah, I think it'll be good for the championship and in general. But I do want to see EO, like, I don't want to see her like disappear. I still want her to be in the mix. I don't want her to be in like another faction. but I want to see her do some stuff. I really want to see her and Stephanie Vaquer. So that's my thing. If Io does retain, we will see Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky at Clash of Paris. I think that's what it would be, because that would be really good. Their match was phenomenal. One of the best matches I've ever seen, period. So I can see that going a manner of different ways. I mostly see it for Rhea, but like I said, I could also see it Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. Okay, neither one of them speak English like that, so we really wouldn't be missing out on much. It would just be the in-ring, which would be awesome. That would be an awesome match. I really want to see that at a WrestleMania, though. Like, I don't care if there's a title on the line. It doesn't really need to be. They just need to have a match on that big stage, bro. Period. I need to see that. I want to see it. I don't see them having a big feud, per se, because they speak two different languages. So it would be weird. It was like Julia and Roxanne. I'm like, huh? At least be on the same language. You know what I mean? But I digress. So those are my predictions for Evolution 2025. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I'll be posting this on Saturday, so it'll be right before Evolution on Sunday, and then I will try to film my reaction. I'm gonna watch it Sunday night when I get off. I have a double, so I'm not gonna be able to watch it in the moment. And I'm not gonna be able to watch it in the moment, so I'm gonna have to watch it when I get home, which is fine. I don't sleep anyways. So I'll try to watch it, and then Monday I'll try to record and get you guys posted for you on Monday, hopefully. So that way I can watch Monday Night Raw when I get home on Monday, and then film Tuesday and have that for you guys, at least on Wednesday. And then try to get you guys SmackDown on Saturday. Yeah. I'm going to try. Do not quote me on that, okay? Because that starts my vacation time, which I'm just taking off for my birthday. So, but it starts that, and I got a party to go to, okay, on that weekend. I'm going to be having fun with my friends, okay? So, celebrating my dirty 30. So shout out to all of the women wrestlers. Shout out to the past, the future, the present, all of you ladies, you wonderful women who have paved the way and who are entertaining us and have been entertaining us for years, doing your big ones, showing that y'all are just as good, if not better, than these boys out here, okay, and their tidy whities. Y'all wear them better. Period. Okay. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much for listening to me ramble and be weird, and I'm so appreciative. So yes, but I need you to pause. Don't hit pause. Just pause. Okay? Then I'm gonna need you to go hit that like button. Yeah, right there. Please. And thank you. Okay? And then leave a comment down below. Let me know your predictions, what you would like to see, your tidbits, whatever. Say hello. Say goodbye. Say tomorrow. I don't care. Just don't hit them comments up, okay? I promise I'll try to respond. Okay? And so then, after that, do that big one for me. Hit that subscribe button, okay? Hit that right there. Hit that big one, that subscribe button right there for me. Yup. Oh, you got it, okay? Please. And thank you. All right. And then once you hit that subscribe button, or if you're already subscribed and you have not done the next thing, and you do the next thing, hit the notification bell, okay? Because you need to know when I post new videos, okay? So do all of that for me. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Go have fun. Hashtag cancer season. It's my birthday month, bitches. Woo! Okay. Now I'm gonna get off your phone. Bye.